इन्फ्लुएन्सर भन्ने बित्तिकै मान्छेहरू see them as a talent नभएको मान्छेहरू हालेका
You like them or hate them, not just the Kardashians but then other influencers as well. They're making money. Okay? Conor McGregor, okay? Bro, that guy single-handedly took like the UFC into another level. You can directly buy and sell from Instagram now. Like they have a dedicated button.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about influencers. Like influencers have a responsibility.
You also need to choose credible influencers. Okay? Well, I think like good influencers who don't know jack shit about anything and they just blabber about everything. If you care about everything, you actually don't care about anything. Yeah?
Hi everyone, I'm Dhikichyau.
And I am Aditya.
And welcome to Dhikichyau the podcast. This is episode 31. And we are starting another series this time. And it's going to be all about the influencer culture. Yay! So, but before we start, shout out to our sponsors, Coffee 8848 and Anona clothing. They have sponsored our outfit for today's episode as well.
The t-shirts and the material are really, really good.
You guys should really check them out.
Yes. And they're organic and environmentally friendly and sustainable.
Yeah, so they're basically promoting slow fashion. So if that's an area of interest for you, you guys should go check them out. Yeah.
Alright, let's start.
Influencer culture. What are your thoughts?
I mean, our every next person is an influencer. Kind of.
How do you like define an influencer? Like, like gray zone,
Yeah, I mean, like everybody, if you see it, then let's say most people you know are just your relators or like your cousins, and everybody, and then everybody has a business account now because it's made so simple. Okay. And then in Instagram, you can literally just make a business account and you can see your post analytics and everything. Yeah. And then like everybody has like your figure, not say public figure, whatever.
Personal blog.
Yeah. So obviously, like I too use like a public account, a business account. And this was me like athlete one. But it's just,
you can have the athlete thing.
Yeah, so you can see, you can like choose occupation. So like fashion blog.
We don't need personal blogs. Oh my god, athlete the
like athlete one now, so obviously. But if you actually think about it, oily now in this generation at this time, it's kind of become synonymous to have a digital footprint, and to show it's basically you sell yourself in the market. So with work goes with anything else, it's basically showing what you are capable of in work. And the policy used to be a more traditional thing. You used to write about CVs and everything, or interviews. I'll say I think like whenever even if you're applying to a job, or like if somebody's looking for somebody, it's on social media. Okay?
Yeah, it's gone digital.
Yeah, it's gone digital.
Also because I think benefits are like I'm an influencer, I have like 20k followers. So now brands are going to endorse me.
Yeah.
So there are like a lot of perks. Like branding like your work mattered. But then like you making that your public figure and like maintaining that public figure pays you off.
It does. And it's reachable. You can make that a solid career path. And I think like before the social media era, I think you were dependent on big production houses. We're just talking about popularity, So how do you use popularity and fame to your advantage, and to have that self-branding, and that can go a long way. And previously, how it is so necessary in this time and age to have like a personal branding, which can be done through Timro social media page, and just so you can show what you are capable of or what you do, your work and everything. And that being said, now it's more reachable. But you were dependent on big production houses. So there used to be a select few very rich people who owned channels, who owned newspapers, who owned magazines, who owned like within your production houses which produces movies and stuff and all. So if you actually wanted to be famous, you were literally उनीहरूको हातमा के हुन्छ नि. They would pick you and put you in the magazine or put you in the movie. And त्यहाँबाट बल्ल fame was reachable. हुन्छ नि. अनि I think अनि that त्यो जुन चाहिँ dependency ले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ there's been a lot of criticism about nepotism हैन. Now obviously if it's people at the top who are choosing को चाहिँ famous हुन्छ भनेर they would obviously choose उनीहरूकै चिनेको मान्छेहरू हैन. अनि if not they would want to take favors हैन, which हामीले like we've seen a lot हैन. Like about there's a lot of news हरू पनि and we don't need to explicitly name people, but then अब नेपाली film industry मा पनि like कुराहरू आयो हैन about how like girls were like the producers only, they would try to take advantage. So you are actually at the mercy of people want to be famous, but they're actually at the mercy of these few select people who have the control over media. Okay? But then now say the control is in our fingertips. And so if you actually put in some work and create content, like find your niche, you know what you do. Timro ki ho timro talent, interest, what you can do, what you can give. If you can find that niche, and then if you just keep creating content, I think like sooner or later, following if you like helping people out.
Yeah, influencers are like the social media presence. So you have to constantly pump out content. And it has to be as authentic as possible. Okay? The more authentic it is, the more niche you collect. Like relatable.
Yeah, exactly. Like, about the influencer also like when we talk about celebrities, you know, they're like celebrities. Okay? But they feel larger than life. Okay? But they don't feel like normal human beings. They feel like they're on a different level. You can't relate to them. You aspire to be them, you aspire to look like them, you aspire to do what they do, and but you can't like totally relate to them. They feel like they are sacred. A class above.
Celebrity from the 1400, it literally meant the class of the sacred.
Okay.
Like, you know, they're like the sacred people.
Well, like, who were like the first celebrities? Gods.
Okay.
Popularity.
Celebration of the sacred celebrities. So like it started about celebrities.
The kings.
Yeah, the monarchs.
Who people would talk about.
And it's funny the fact that the word influencer was only added to the dictionary in 2019. Which was very surprising, I know. Because I thought like it dated back to Poila. But then like history ma चाहिँ first influencer type को काम हुन्छ नि त्यो rebranding खालेको गरेको चाहिँ was in the 1760s. There's this tea को China खाले हुन्छ नि. I think it was एकछिन है Potter named Wedgwood भन्ने tea set company को थियो क्या. So they made a tea set for the monarchy, you know, like the kings and queens, and it was approved. So त्यहाँबाट चाहिँ like royalty approved भनेर चाहिँ सुरु भयो क्या. So that was how influencer culture was like started के.
So that was how like marketing the product marketing would just be the product. But then this happened to be this tea bag is approved by them. So that's how
it's
you can connect. I think like the influencer culture is all about mostly about selling things. Obviously, you know, that's how you make money, you know. And it's about if you look up to somebody, if I'm an athlete, I look up to somebody, and about mostly the people I follow are the top athletes in the world, you know. And if they are using a certain product, I would want to use that.
Yeah, that's the thing about influencers. Okay? Like, they're talking about the influencers you follow, you know. You follow them because you can relate to them.
Exactly.
अनि अब तिमीलाई केही सामान किन्नु पर्यो भने just like हुन्छ नि एउटा माइक किन्नु पर्यो whatever, the first thing you do is you ask around people, हैन. अनि तिमी कसलाई ask गर्छ is like people you relate to and who you trust. अब if an influencer is that, if an influencer is someone you look up to, someone you relate to, उनीहरूले जे सामान युज गर्यो तिमी युज गर्ने गर्छ नि त. So that is how the culture of influencers is so like strong, okay? And it works, okay?
It does. I think influencer marketing has really taken off in the past few years, because I think oil is the so there were celebrities, that the whole world would know about. Whole world, the majority, Tom Cruise and all these things, and then obviously they do like ads for watches and like luxury products. Mass market. It's not targeted to anybody, but it's targeted to everybody. So everybody would aspire to be like him. But then oil, I think it's a culture about like micro influencers.
Yeah.
Small.
That's the term, yeah.
So micro influencers are niche, but then like specific.
Yeah.
Specific. So kind of. So if you had to sell like a Anona, so you would choose people who are like aware, like kind of. I'm just saying like this is like a niche marketing, अब यो त लगाएर कसैलाई अब ठुलो celebrity-लाई दियो भने obviously everybody would know about it, but then कतिको चाहिँ is
the reason why Anona sort of collaborated with us is अलिकति strategic नै, because we do talk about यस्तो कुराहरु नि त, fast fashion, slow fashion, यस्तोहरु भनेको नि is something we would talk about, हैन? So yeah, that makes sense. But before celebrities, like timeline wise, after the monarchs, it was the doctors and politicians and scientists that were looked up.
I think
influence.
I think your scientists were the big superstars.
Yeah.
Who would make actual like breakthroughs.
1800, not the 1800, industrial revolution.
Yeah, like scientists, Thomas Edison, Tesla, all these people. Einstein, like all these
dates,
those exact dates are now. Like these guys were known around the world.
After the scientists came in the celebrities, singers, and athletes. Because that was the time when film was introduced. Was invented like early 1900s. Film start like theater and films first born and there celebrities were like looked up to.
Yeah. So let's say monarchs they're obviously then people would know people from their work. Revolutionary work or they would worldwide is the newspapers, maybe Telegram and all those things, or people would write letters about damn this guy.
I think 1800s because the industrial revolution was also going side by side.
So obviously then the celebrities were people who were by work. But then after when like film was introduced, so Charlie Chaplin, you have like Hollywood taking off, and then you have I think glamour and like people looking.
Magazines or newspapers or and then
I think the invention of pictures played a huge role.
Films exactly.
Print. You could mass print now. Obviously, if you had to make a copy, you literally had to make a copy. Like book like you literally had to write it twice. But then I think the printing press was one of the most revolutionary inventions. Like
for communication, for mass communication.
For mass communication, and also this directly influenced the picture print mass print so in newspapers, magazines, and all of that. I think like that is what took off your culture.
Yeah, I think the one thing that's like so constant in all of this is like the communication bit. Only like after the film thing, the next revolution was blogs. Blogs. The invention of internet and blogs. What about
yes.
People used to have personal blogs and they used to update like stories and pictures and so like micro influencer-ish, not exactly celebrities, but like if I'm a makeup artist, so if I have a blog, I can like push my content there.
It's all about your work, content.
So like about tips and tricks, like tips and tricks if someone's following my tips and tricks, that obviously means I know something. I know. Like people will listen to me if I have something to offer खाली हो नि त. So like blogs have a huge, role to play.
But don't you think like अहिलेको जमानामा, so we're talking about all these people who are famous for their work or for like the movies they played or the artists and stuff. Don't you think we have people who are famous just for being famous?
Like the Kardashians.
Yeah, I think there was the new era of like they're famous just for being famous.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why the term influencer has a little negative connotations. And
like now if you like talk about the influencer, like everybody's an influencer.
Yeah.
So त्यो is a negative kind of a thing.
Yeah, I think like influencer भनेबित्तिकै मान्छेहरू see them as a talent नभएको मान्छेहरू खालिका skill नभएको मान्छे जस्तो गरेर हेर्छ. That's the negative thing that
I think सुरुमा चाहिँ when I was introduced to the Kardashians and all of those, I was also not particularly a supporter,
of what?
Kardashians. Because it's like when do something productive. Like do something productive khali huni, but then like once you actually kind of look into these things alikati deeper and you understand, bro, like त्यतिको controversy garna, like त्यतिको to have to actually put out त्यतिको content, like put out content, be everywhere, be seen,
like to have your life
portrayed,
be out there for everyone to judge and see. Like I would never be able to do that, I swear.
But then it is work as well.
Exactly, it's work, and like to level ko like I prioritize my privacy a lot to be out there.
Exactly. It's not for everyone. We're not saying an influencer nahi hunu parcha khali, but I'm just saying that it's a lot of work. You like them or hate them. Not just the Kardashians, but then other influencers as well. They're making money. Okay?
Big time, bro.
Exactly. Bro, they're making money. Okay? So, like, as long as people have eyeballs on them, they'll make money. Okay? Not just people, it's with every single thing, bro. Like, it's with like games, like why our simple things about why are some sports, like some athletes in some sports get paid more than other athletes, is just because some sports are more popular and there are more eyeballs. Okay? Like just say NBA and soccer players are like paid more because like
there's more audience.
Intense. Our badminton players who are not paid as much as them. Like name me 2 badminton players. Okay? I know. Like, I'm just saying, because people don't watch it neither. And obviously it will reflect in their paycheck. Okay?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, जहाँ चाहिँ बेसी eyeballs हुन्छ त्यहाँ नै बेसी पैसा हुन्छ क्या. And if you can get as many eyeballs as like हुन्छ नि तिम्रो माथि, you're gonna make money. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, but why? Like, why is like football so much more famous than?
It's easier, neither. You don't need anything. You just need a ball. Okay?
Really?
It's relatable. It can be played everywhere. I think we can like about football specifically, or maybe we can do some research on it. But मलाई चाहिँ अब laymanले हेर्दाखेरि you have an empty ground, you give a ball to anybody, they can kick it. Okay? It's something everybody can do. As long as you have foot, you can play football. Okay? It's like it's very simple.
It's because of the simplicity of the
simplicity of the game. Okay? जहाँ पनि खेल्नु मिल्छ. हामी क्लासमा शार्पनरले फुटबल खेलिरहेको हुन्थ्यो. हुन्छ नि, it's understood by all. Okay? I think त्यो भएर पनि हो. अब तिमी त हुन्छ नि अब ब्याडमिन्टन खेल्न you need a racket, you need 2 people, you need a net. अब त्यो पनि is pretty simple, but then like if you want to be a swimmer, you need.
What about cricket?
Cricket पनि has become like popular with culture, but I think also about big leagues, people you can look up. I think मलाई चाहिँ stop on the wall marketing अनि like single-handedly एकजना मान्छे अब इन्फ्लुएन्सरको कुरा गर्छ नि हैन, कनर मैग्रेगर हो क्या. Bro, that guy single-handedly took like the UFC into another level. Okay, people who wouldn't even watch like any combat sport, and it's become like a mainstream thing. Okay, no, probably like if you go only 5-6 years back, you MMA and all these like these were basically about civilized मान्छेहरुले त यो त हुन्छ नि, this is like कस्तो barbaric sport भन्थ्यो क्या
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, bro, people fighting each other like full blood, like bleed and stuff. हुन्छ नि obviously, like traditionally, this was कति levels कति धेरै countries it was banned.
Eh, okay, I didn't
हुन्छ
know.
नि it was not exactly a thing because you could literally kill people.
Yeah.
हुन्छ नि so it was not really एकदमै तर it was not a mainstream sport.
Yeah.
होइन it was not a mainstream sport. But I think Conor McGregor actually made it a mainstream sport. Okay? Now everybody knows about UFC. Everybody knows about MMA. It is because of the way he carried himself, because of the hype they created. And I think we are just like a Kardashians that become famous out of their controversies, out of their breakups, out of their all of those things, and out of the relationships and everything. This thing, like Conor McGregor became famous out of his fight on that pre-fight.
कुन चाहिँ त्यो कन्ट्रोभर्सियल वाला पुरानो झगडा भएको वाला
अति धेरै भयो खबीरसँग भएको
I was referring to that one, yeah.
Yeah. अति धेरै like he's had like too many like fights too. But then like what I'm trying to say is उसको त्यो फाइटको कन्ट्रोभर्सिजहरूले गर्दाखेरि पनि त्यो प्री फाइटको त्यो जुन चाहिँ हुन्थ्यो नि अब प्री म्याच हाइपहरू के त्यसले गर्दा नै people used to be so engaged to watch the fight के So what I'm getting at is like we as humans, we just like gossip. And I think
everyone's just looking for stories.
Exactly. So the monarchy or when like we're going back to the celebrity thing, is basically what people used to talk about. Hey, lo, that king to ule to disko orko rani ल्यायो नि type. So that was the whole gossip, and then that was the entertainment. I think people kind of.
Yeah, but another revolutionary step was the invention of Instagram also.
Yeah.
Like
social
communication,
media.
Especially Instagram, like pictures through communicate गर्यो हुन्छ नि just like pictures or videos खालिको videos त पछि मात्रै आयो हुन्छ पनि हैन त like Instagram भएपछि like कस्तो तिम्रो visual blog भयो नि त so त्यसले गर्दा पनि क्या so like people who had blogs now joined Instagram and started their community there.
Pictures,
Pictures.
See, the way of communication. I mean, now again we have a wave of like just say we had a wave of Instagram influencers, and we still do. Now I think there's another wave of TikTokers.
Yeah. Social media in general, man.
Right.
And blogs, but I think it's also vlogs. I think vlogs is oddly relatable.
Exactly. So you can literally like live somebody's life. It's basically you're just watching somebody's part of life. A day in life, just vlogging in general.
Like they're literally documenting every part of their life.
It's literally taking a sneak peek into their life. And you kind of feel like you're living it.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with podcasts also, because I think like a lot of people have like sort of said that कस्तो तिमीहरुको podcast सुन्दाखेरि क्या तिमीहरुसँगै like hang out गरेर जस्तो feel
it feels like we're in the same room, we're having the same conversation.
And the feeling is mutual. Like the podcast I listen to, I feel like they're my friends जस्तो खाले क्या हुन्छ नि like I know them खाले feel हुने क्या
very relatable.
Especially the ones which are like very laid back and हुन्छ नि they talk about their daily like works and all the गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यो relatability चाहिँ हुने क्या so I think like त्यसले गर्दा पनि हल्का influence हुन्छ influencer त्यो market is now $1 billion market. Because like अब brandsहरु पनि endorse गर्छ नि त अनि अब like Instagramले पनि ल यही यसकै लागि हो भने platforms like हुन्छ नि dedicated गरिसक्यो त
exactly. I think
you can now like कुनै post राख्यो भने in sponsor with partnership with that
it's totally become a business. It is a business हुन्छ नि अनि the way they've monetized is just crazy. It's like enabled a new kind of occupation as a whole हुन्छ नि a नयाँ kind of marketplace हुन्छ नि you can directly buy and sell from Instagram now. Like they have a dedicated button where you can shop. Exactly. So this is the new we can't like deny it. I think like the only way to is how do you be a part of it. I think like the more we try to deny naya kuraharu, you're just going to be left behind. And I think like this is what it is, and it's been there.
Also like in partnership wala चाहिँ people need to know also कुन कुरामा हुन्छ नि स्पोन्सर्ड छ कुन कुरा चाहिँ दे आर अनेस्टली सेइङ इट खालि हो आई थिङ्क द्याट्स रिजन वाइ लाइक कतिजना इन्फ्लुएन्सर्सहरू चाहिँ दे ओन्ली पार्टनर विथ कम्पनीज दे एक्चुली हुन्छ नि दे रिलेट टु खालि
फेरि अब एज फार एज आई नो अब यस्तो हुन्छ नि त सो इफ यु आर एन इन्फ्लुएन्सर you have a kind of responsibility to your followers के हुन्छ नि so you need to maintain a balance between credibility अनि your sponsorship के
yeah I mean let's talk about influencers हरुको यार हुन्छ नि like influencers have a responsibility खालीको कुरा हुन्छ नि
so
like to talk in हुन्छ नि के controversy भइरहेछ नि बोल्ने कि नबोल्ने like do they like keep quiet or do they like be vocal about it खाली
I think like कुनै इन्फ्लुएन्सर्सहरू हुन्छ होइन who don't know jack shit about anything हुन्छ नि and they just blabber about everything they have an opinion about everything which they should not and it's actually like हुन्छ नि people at that mass हुन्छ नि who have त्यति many followers talking shit about things that they don't know अनि like त्यो कुरा being circulated is actually dangerous के it's literally spreading false information होइन but that being said अब नेपालमा स्पेसली हुन्छ नि people literally ask like हुन्छ नि कमेन्टहरुमा के यस्तो भइरहेछ व्हाट डु यु थिंक खाले के अब को फ्यासन ब्लगर छ बिचारा केटी हुन्छ नि यसो ब्याग स्यागको फोटो राखिरहेछ हैन तल गएर अब जस्टिस फर सो एन्ड सो खाले हुन्छ नि अब maybe she does not know हुन्छ नि maybe
like you don't have to have an opinion
exactly हुन्छ नि
not it's okay to not speak up if you don't really you know
I mean like the kind of pressure के कति जोडी चाहिँ हुन्छ नि तपाईले यसको बारेमा बोल्नु पर्यो
I mean like influencers have a life too come on like they have the mental health mental space पनि हुनु पर्छ के
exactly and they feel like once you're a public figure you are a property of the public you have the responsibility to the public you need to serve the public खाली हुन्छ नि हामीले फलो गरेर बनाएको so you need to do this do that खाली हुन्छ नि त्यो खाली इमोशन्स पनि you kind of see हुन्छ नि सोशल मिडियामा म चाहिँ yeah man like not every influencer has to like talk about every single thing but then like there are some people who do and like I think those people should shut up and people who actually just talk about things they know let them and then you don't like drag them into every single mess you see because to be honest the social media has made the world so small that there's too many things to talk about and you can't actually care about everything bro if you care about everything you actually don't care about anything you can't care about every single thing that's wrong in the world
yeah this something mentally something also I think like it should be it should be normalized to be like I don't know enough about this to speak up on this
yeah
because like त्यो ओपिनियन नै नभइकन कसरी यतिकै बोल्ने
इन्फर्मेसन नभइकन
या अनि ओपिनियन कम्स आफ्टर इफ यु नो अल अफ द्याट इन्फर्मेसन एन्ड देन यु लाइक एक्चुली लाइक वे गरेर अनि ओके मेरो हिसाबमा चाहिँ यो चाहिँ रङ भयो ओपिनियन आउनलाई पनि इन्फर्मेसन ब्याक त हुनु पर्यो नि त यु कान जस्ट लाइक रिड लाइक एउटा दुईटाको पोस्ट एन्ड देन लाइक
अब मा चाहिँ कतिचोटि हुन्छ नि सो द पिपल फर्स्ट इफ दे निड एनी इन्फर्मेसन rather than looking at professionals, like looking for professionals to actually get the information, people look towards influencers.
Yeah, but do you also think it's because like, influencers or like followers because we relate to them khale?
So
like मैले relate गर्ने मान्छेले चाहिँ के छ त के सोच्छ त भनेर खाले त्यसले गर्दा पनि हो कि
and that's what I should think.
Maybe
thought control
maybe like conformity on the bro like you conform to like the crowd or like if there's someone you look up to their opinion about something is valuable to you nita
it kind of is to be honest then कतिपय कुराहरुमा हुन्छ नि I also feel like fuck is this like I get the information I get the news हुन्छ नि and I don't know how to feel about it हुन्छ नि and then it becomes like should I look up what like people I follow think about it but then I think you also need to choose credible influencers the influencers are credibility पनि हुनु पर्यो नि त so a specific influencer suppose if I'm following an athlete if you're following a fashion blogger हुन्छ नि उसको कतिको छ त त्यो स्पेसिफिक कुरामा हुन्छ नि क्रेडिबिलिटी
But don't you also think like तिमीले जुन इन्फ्लुएन्सर्सहरू फलो गर्छ that evolves over time depending on कति नलेज तिमीले आफै गेन गर्यो क्या
या
लाइक तिमी फर्स्टमा एथलिट हुने बेला फलो गर्ने इन्फ्लुएन्सर्सहरू र अहिले फलो गर्ने एथलिट्सहरू लाइक इन्फ्लुएन्सर्सहरूमा के डिफ्रेन्स छ खालि
छ
एक्ज्याक्टली द्याट्स वाट
नाउ चाहिँ अब obviously like the more I know about things I follow professionals rather than
पहिला त when you're starting out like तिमीले फर्स्टमा जुन चाहिँ हुन्छ नि गुगलको फर्स्ट लिस्टमा आउँछ or युट्युबको फर्स्ट सजेसनमा आउँछ त्यही त जान्छ नि एन्ड द्याट्स प्रब्ली लाइक हुन्छ नि द मोस्ट वाच्ड or मोस्ट भ्युड अनि मोस्ट टाइम्स इट्स नट भेरी क्रेडिबल
it's not
हुन्छ नि लाइक इट्स लाइक द कल्ट फेभरेट खालेको बट देन लाइक ओभर टाइम यु डिस्कभर अरू इन्फ्लुएन्सर्सहरू अरू भ्लगर्सहरू अरू अन्डर रेटेड खालेको हुन्छ नि who actually know their shit खाले so it's sort of a journey for you to like
to pick your influencers also to pick who you want to be influenced by
maybe
to pick who who navigates
opinion you value khale
to pick who's like हुन्छ नि त्यो brain I think like mind control you want to be I think मलाई चाहिँ another thing about like the popularity of reaction videos के आजकल there's like reaction videos about everything and you watch a certain music video and there's like 10 reaction videos to that music video so I think the popularity of reaction videos so you watch a music video you feel fine about it then you watch reaction videos and then they tell you how to feel about it you get it even if you think it's trash suruma you watch it it's like ठिकै छ खाले then you watch a reaction video and it tells you it's dope हुन्छ नि त भल हो खाले and then you like it or not subconsciously तिम्रो त्यो चेन्ज हुन्छ क्या but if you really like the reaction guy who's reacting to the video it will influence your त्यो के भन्ने the way you look at the music video itself music video मात्र नभएर any news so
book reviews or movie reviews
exactly just news पनि you read a news you read a headline हुन्छ नि अब so and so is doing so and so you feel a certain way about it
that's why I like त्यो media houses like पनि politically binded हुँदैन भन्ने कुरा त्यही त भन्नु the reason why
but it's
politically
not
influence हुँदैन भन्ने exactly
but how far is
it's not
I think like most media houses in Nepal India and like most countries are backed by political parties and that's where their funding comes from bro कसैले पनि आइराको पैसा नाइ भन्दैन
to be able to influence people is a huge power man it's a huge power
त्यसैले त अनि यो like political parties हरुले मिडियामा यतिको इन्भेस्ट गर्छन् त
त्यही त
why do you think all of these big when you get business houses also have like so much ad so suppose like just an example हुन्छ नि तिम्रो Himalayan Times भयो अरे हैन अनि दे स्पेसिफिकली अब यो ठुलो बिग कम्पनीजहरु भनौं न CG नै भनौं न हैन दे आर लाइक ह्युज लाइक इयरली कति लाइक हुन्छ नि मनी कति करोड इन एड्स मात्र दिरा हुन्छ नि त त्यो मिडिया हाउसेसलाई देन दे हेभ द पावर to influence the news as well बुझ्यो
because they have the reach
हुन्छ नि they have like अब मेरो तिम्रो रेभेन्यू if you are a news party हुन्छ नि तिम्रो रेभेन्यू त comes from me नि त CG रे हैन suppose just an example हुन्छ नि even if I do something bad हुन्छ नि even if मेरो के नराम्रो न्यूज आयो रे म अख्ती हाल्न पर्यो रे or whatever हुन्छ नि tax embezzlement whatever पर्यो भने नि since I am your revenue source you will not like write shit about me बुझ्यो अनि त्यसले चाहिँ यो बिग मिडिया हाउसेस कतिको चाहिँ क्रेडिबल हुन्छ खाले के अनि मलाई चाहिँ आई थिङ्क त्यो जर्नलिजम एज अ होल हुन्छ नि आई थिङ्क इट सुड बी लाइक पिपल फन्डेड के यु आर अ जर्नलिस्ट यु आर अ न्युज पेपर हुन्छ नि तिम्रो मेन ड्युटी सुड बी टुवर्ड्स योर रिडर्स अनि त्यो रिडर्सहरूले नै अब पैसा दिने अनि त्यहीँबाट चाहिँ यु सुड मेक योर मनी क्या इफ योर मनी कम्स फ्रम एड रेभेन्युज हुन्छ नि एन्ड अब अदर डोनेसन्स तिम्रो न्युज इज गन बी लाइक हुन्छ नि इन्फ्लुएन्स्ड बुझ्यो सो कतिको क्रेडिबिलिटी हुन्छ त बुझ्यो अनि त्यो भएर चाहिँ मलाई त्यसैले अब यो बिग मिडियाहरू पनि आई डोन्ट रियली लाइक द्याट्स वाइ लाइक इभन इफ आई लुक एट अब नेपाली मिडियाहरू बरु लाइक यो big media houses भन्दा like the record Nepal is like good के they're doing a very very good job हुन्छ नि
How do you know they're good?
उनीहरूको they have like good credible sources they're like mostly individual के भन्ने journalists के which they write stories and I follow them I think they're the one of the अरूहरू पनि follow त गर्छ हुन्छ नि normal newsहरू but then उनीहरूको चाहिँ like मलाई articles they're like really nice really in that really done their individual research खाले क्या so
yeah
अनि about the influencers as well के तिम्रो कहाँबाट चाहिँ आइरहेछ उनीहरूको पैसा खाले हुन्छ नि
yeah
त्यसमा नि डिपेन्ड गर्छ क्या so people अब if you are following a fitness influencer हुन्छ नि and they're selling you some shit supplement हुन्छ नि you need to know where the money is coming from के
yeah it reminds me of Game Changers
yeah
oh.
So there's a lot of propaganda पनि क्या अब basically हुन्छ नि people are selling some shitty products bro like हुन्छ नि बुझ्यो अब त्यही हो क्या कतिको त्यो इन्फ्लुएन्सर्सहरू पनि कतिको क्रेडिबिलिटी छ क्या क्रेडिबिलिटी भर्सेस इन्फ्लुएन्सिङ थिङ हुन्छ नि how do they keep the balance हुन्छ नि that is what sells here people don't want to दिमागै लाउनु मन लाग्दैन क्या मान्छेहरूलाई बुझ्यो they don't want to do their extra research क्या
yeah and everybody looks for convenience
exactly it's become like a fast world they don't want to do their research
no I mean like हुन्छ नि even like तिमीले एकदम like look up गर्ने influencer छ who is like हुन्छ नि like अरू कन्टेन्टहरू चाहिँ उसको मजाले on point हुन्छ is like research based so like तिम्रो त्यो ट्रस्ट त भइहाल्छ नि त तिमी पनि इन्फ्लुएन्स हुन्छ म नि इन्फ्लुएन्स हुन्छ
अनि एउटा चट्टा लगाएर हाउडे प्रोडक्ट लाग्छ ए ल ठिकै छ ओके
होइन त हो नि लाइक मलाई त या लाइक आई फलो सर्टन के भन्छ स्किन केयर इन्थुजियास्ट डक्टर्सहरू होइन लाइक डर्माटोलोजिस्टहरू अनि उनीहरूले केही पिच गर्यो भने लाइक आई वुड कन्सिडर इट क्या अनि द्याट्स जस्ट लाइक मेकिङ माई लाइफ इजी लाइक वाइ वुड आई वाच लाइक 10 more videos on the same thing खाले क्या
but like wouldn't you research on the product अलिकति
yeah but like that would have a major bias on me क्या because मैले उसको पहिलाको कन्टेन्ट त हेरेँ नि त अनि मलाई त्यो चित्त बुझ्यो नि त तर बेस्ड अन द्याट मैले उसलाई ट्रस्ट गरेको भयो नि त
तर त्यही हो कि तर मान्छेहरू लाइक कतिसम्म चाहिँ तुत्या बन्ने खाले क्या
न what do you mean कतिसम्म तुत्या बन्ने
I mean how much of your purchase हुन्छ नि are you gonna depend on influencers खाले क्या
I mean depends on what kind of product I'm also buying and if it's like हुन्छ नि I don't know ramen or whatever khali ho and like you know I don't mind like if it's like if it costs less and त्यस्तो धेरै छैन भने
यो fucking YouTube मा गर्छ नि अहिले एकदमै बेसी like the food challenges and stuff
yeah
अनि like यो why they're like sponsoring everybody हुन्छ नि and like other अब रामेनहरु पनि गरेर हुन्छ नि त
हैन त्यही त that's what I'm getting at if it's like अलिकति cost less अनि त्यस धेरै इन्भेस्टमेन्ट चाहिँदैन भने like yeah why not sure खाली हुन्छ but if it's like अब हुन्छ नि मलाई गाडी किन्नु छ घर किन्नु छ भने चाहिँ I like weigh my options on the isn't that how it works
it is obviously the low investment or high investment product when the you know and so low investment products are something which would be particularly if your income is 100 rupees and that product is 1 rupees you wouldn't give much thought to it you know so timro income if it's a very small part it's like low investment product but if it's timro income with them high part and like also about like are you gonna buy that if it's a novelty product are you gonna like rebuy it or not khali huncha ni so I think you also like the kind of product also matters but I think marketing as a whole has taken a very different turn with social media I think like marketing and memes has gone really hand in hand
mancheharuko like because it's Instagram and it's not something very serious you know they like you know the mindless scrolling pani is because there's like constantly content being pumped and
dopamine being hit
and like it's if it's funny if it's nice they wanna like they'll just double tap they wanna see
I think the product or त्यो एउटा थियो नि त्यो angry octopus खाले के त्यस्तो त पल्काउँदा हुने अनि त्यसमा कति धेरै मिम्सहरू क्या लाइक माई बोयफ्रेन्ड गट मी दिस खाले हुन्छ नि माई
I think that's how that got famous थाहा छ
एक्ज्याक्टली द्याट इज लाइक अब यतिकै हेर्दाखेरि इट वुड जस्ट लुक लाइक अ मीम भिडियो हुन्छ नि इट वुड जस्ट लुक लाइक अ फनी भिडियो हुन्छ नि बट देन द्याट इज लिटरली लाइक सेलिङ यु द अक्टोपस क्या अनि इट सेल्स हुन्छ नि लाइक हाउ मार्केटिङ इज इभल्भ के
Yeah, no shit.
एन्ड जस्ट लाइक त्यो अब भ्लगहरूमा पनि हुन्छ नि सानो पार्ट क्या हुन्छ नि कि हालिदियो लाइक त्यो प्रडक्ट प्लेसमेन्ट टाइप क्या हुन्छ नि
Like,
yes so that does get influence if you see vloggers you know, they're using a certain thing they don't sell it to you explicitly sell गर्दैन but suppose like हुन्छ नि उनीहरूले
it's just at the back of your mind.
उनीहरूले भ्लग खिचिरहेको छ अरे होइन and they're drinking a certain drink होइन they don't even have to say anything they be like I really like this guy he is drinking this drink I want to try it
Yeah.
subconsciously भए पनि हुन्छ नि so the next time you go to a store and you see that drink it will click के
Yeah, marketing go on yaar. Anyways, getting back to like influencer thing.
this is how you get influenced भने के like subconsciously like fully explicitly नभने पनि subconsciously this is how you're getting influenced के
Yeah.
by the clothes they wear by the products they use हुन्छ नि
Yeah, like don't you remember हामी स्कुल के कलेजमा पढ्दाखेरि त्यो subliminal marketing थियो नि
yeah
त्यो like मुभीमा like split second को लागि कोक एन्ड पपकर्न भनेर देखाउँछ अनि the sales goes up by 30%. Like bro, just split second and you don't even like हुन्छ नि
त्यही त you don't
Like,
even
notice,
realize it
like,
but then like के भन्छ इन्टरमिसनमा चाहिँ you go and buy
Yeah.
खाली क्या yeah so त्यही त like these kind of marketing हुन्छ नि is really taken off के अनि अहिले चाहिँ even companies हुन्छ नि when they're influencing when they're approaching influencers they kind of want to be sly about it के थाहा छ
Yeah, like not
Because-
explicitly but then
not especially के I have heard many companies who would tell you हुन्छ नि like sponsored ad भनेर नराख just like put it in your video हुन्छ will pay you हुन्छ नि अलिकति put it in your video कहीँबाट like story line मै तिम्रो vlogमा अलिकति मिलाएर राख्दियो खाली हुन्छ नि because they want to be subtle about it के
Yeah.
because that is more effective than
Yeah.
explicitly so if
The
you
more
know
organic it looks, the better.
yeah if you know then somebody is trying to sell you something you kind of become like
Reluctant.
खाली के but if somebody is like using it somebody you look up to is using it then you're like I want to try it खाली के so I think like that kind of take is also like really taking off के I think
Yeah.
like companies are becoming more and more sly about marketing towards influencers and stuff हुन्छ नि
Yeah. So like we sort of, you know,
Touched
went
upon.
back to the history of influencer culture, how it began, Khaligo. What do you think is the next step? Like, what after influencers?
मलाई I feel like हुन्छ नि I think the next thing is gonna be live camहरू हुन्छ नि so like मान्छेहरूको whole life would be documented के so कस्तो हुन्छ I personally feel like this is gonna be a thing है like घरमा पनि हुन्छ नि there will be cams like Big Boss but then normal मान्छेहरूको के
Why?
I feel people would watch it bro
For content.
yeah I seriously feel like हुन्छ नि त्यो जुन चाहिँ Big Boss खाले छ नि the same format तर everyday people के people would have like cameras on their thing and like they would stream 24 hours के I feel like that would be like the next big thing that's just my thing I just feel like it might be something that would pop up soon
No, but like, that's also content.
that is I'm telling you 24 hours भने नि
Exactly.
what
So the
the-
next big thing is probably content creators. Okay?
yeah
Because like
it already
even if
is
you,
man
yeah, it's slowly like taking that turn, okay? From influencers to content creators, okay?
Yeah.
Because our influencers are our that हुन्छ नि sort
Word.
of हैन word भन्दा नि अब something that's related to influencers is उनीहरूको हुन्छ नि they don't have skill तर पनि they just have fame खालीको कुरा हुन्छ नि
Okay, yeah.
but when you say content creators these are people who have skills के
their skills
be it editing skills होस् कि
no they're teaching somebody they're teaching something they're educating हुन्छ नि makeup artist भए पनि that's a content creator हुन्छ नि
Yeah.
उसले she's teaching how to do makeup हुन्छ नि if you're an athlete you're teaching somebody how to do something हुन्छ नि
Yeah.
if you're an editor you're teaching like that is still content creating you're teaching somebody to edit videos or whatever and then you're helping somebody out and I think like अहिले चाहिँ social media मा people have figured that like
content is king
yeah content is king And now all these influencers also switching
yeah,
to
because like जेमा पनि हेऱ्यो भने it's content के SEO चाहियो if you want to have your website on the first suggestion of Google, you have to have content, have blogs, push those blogs, blogs. Like YouTube ma pani, the more consistently you post videos, vlogs, that's how you come up.
Yep.
Instagram ma pani like त्यही हो.
I think the posts that do the best are the posts that like help people. Okay?
Also like अलिकति controversial, अलिकति.
I told you, bro. People just like gossip.
Yeah, that's true.
As simple as that. The controversy thing, okay? People just like to gossip about things. People just like to know what's going on in other people's lives, and that's why things take off. And like obviously, these influencers are very aware about that, and they use that to become more famous. And the more eyeballs they have on them, the more money they make. So
but like company ko point of view, but why content creators is a lucrative is because content creators are like तिमीले के सिकाउनु पर्दैन नि त. They are creative के. So like म एउटा corporate company हो, तिमी एउटा content creator हो भने म तिमीलाई just product दियो भने you bind it in तिम्रो way of pumping content के. And that is why it's influensive, like that is how it influences तिम्रो crowd के.
I was talking about MKBC थाहा छ है. So he is अहिले world के like the #1 content creator भनौँ न हैन. And I was so surprised to see that he started reviewing cars as well. But cars as in like all tech related cars. So Tesla and अस्ति भर्खर हमर गरिरहेको थियो the new हुन्छ नि Ford F-150 हरू खाली के. So electric vehicles हरू हैन. So I was just thinking how much money they would have paid him to do all of that. Bro, because there are like specific media companies हरू हुन्छ नि magazines and media houses which just do automotive media, okay? But still, these companies, like big ass companies, they would choose like a YouTuber or a content creator to review their car rather than like auto journalists.
Yeah.
Because he has more eyeballs on him. And you just give him the car, he makes the two best videos ever.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about that and like it just blew my mind.
Yeah.
He's a tech reviewer, but he has his own take on like cars.
Yeah. I mean, that actually makes sense because तिमीले like कस्तोलाई influence गर्न like some of the influencers I follow they do like the craziest shit हुन्छ नि, but that makes me हुन्छ नि feel like okay, like he does this, I mean she does this, so like it's not just me खालेको हुन्छ नि.
What do you mean?
Like उनीहरूले pump गर्ने like if you look at celebrities हुन्छ नि, they're always टक्क परेको, they have their shit together.
Yeah, they feel like they're larger than life. They feel like you feel like they can't make mistakes. They're like
but
just above human.
But then like अहिलेको TikTok influencers or like Instagram influencers who make like funny videos or यस्तो हुन्छ नि, उनीहरूको कुरा गर्दाखेरि the type of content they pump हुन्छ नि, it's like relatable के. Like नेपाली influencersहरू पनि हुन्छ नि, it's relatable क्या, त्यसैले you like them so much के. बुझेन? So
they feel like they could be your friend.
Yeah, so like हुन्छ नि त्यस्तो huge media person, like they have like what 20, 30, 80k followers or something, like उसले पनि यस्तो गर्दो रहेछ types खाले क्या. So that's how you build that connection,
I think like we also relate to imperfections in people. I think that is what makes them human, and I think like influencers or something we can learn from them. They just did not come up. They have their struggle, stories, mistakes, which makes them more human.
Yeah, more human. That's the word.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, but like that's what I was getting at. Like companies are like any influencer like मात्र दिनु भन्दा नि content creators are like आफ्नो product दिनु चाहिँ will be more beneficial. You don't have to spend anything on it. Okay? Like if anyone just like sponsors हाम्रो एउटा episode and we actually like them खाली हुन्छ नि, we'll do it in our way. Okay? They have like zero resources, like हुन्छ नि like video यस्तो बनाऊ भनेर नि भन्नु पर्दैन, उसँग बसेर ad बनाउनु पर्दैन, whatever. Like that part is being taken care by the influencer themselves. Okay?
Definitely.
I mean, like talking about content creators, like mostly long form contents. Okay?
I think आजकल चाहिँ long form contents are really taking off. Okay? So Whereas अब के भन्ने I think the both are taking off like the एकदमै short attention span को हुन्छ नि.
No,
There's this fast.
why long form is because you can like cut it into pieces and like post
Have
it
more,
everywhere.
yeah.
Okay?
So I think अहिले चाहिँ at this point of time quality भन्दा नि quantity is the king के.
I like I don't because like marketing interests and all that. I follow a lot of the marketing thing and एउटा मास त्यस्तो क्या. It's not like quality, it's not even quantity, but अहिलेको चाहिँ is like quality consistency रे क्या.
You just have to be everywhere.
Yeah, and the
All the
consistency
time.
part क्या. Like हुन्छ नि झोर अब जे पाइते पनि push गर्नु भएन every time, you know, but then like be you, be authentic, but be consistent in how you push your
Just
content.
keep pushing your content.
Yeah.
दिइराख्नु पर्यो देखिराख्नु पर्यो ल मान्छे सबैले गरिरहेछ भनेर काहीँ न काहीँ त कताबाट फलो आइहाल्छ नि.
Like बिस्तारै niche बन्छ.
Makes sense. So I think we've come up to almost to the end.
Yeah, I think.
And yes, I would say for this series we'll be having a lot of influencers and content creators. So if you want like within somebody you look up to like who you want us to invite, please like comment ma lekhnu and we'll definitely try to reach out to them. And we'll be having a very special guest in our next episode. So look forward to that.
Tuned.
And if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe because we are going to be putting out consistent
quality content.
Quality content. So that's the goal. And yeah, man, thanks for helping us grow. And
Also, shout out to our sponsors once again,
Yes.
Coffee 884 and Anona Clothing. You guys should check them out. Like, we love their product. That's why we're like pushing.
obviously, so we've always said that this podcast is not for monetary purposes. So these like your sponsors are says like only sponsors because like we actually like them. Okay?
Yeah.
These are actually good products. So the coffee is one of the best coffees I've ever had. The t-shirt is one of the best t-shirts you can find in Nepal. Yeah, man. So
Yeah.
that's why. Not just t-shirts, they make many products. So
Yeah, you guys should check them out. Like,
do check them out and help the Nepali brands grow as well.
Yep.
All right, I think that is it for this episode, and we'll see you in the next one.
bye.